Good morning, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Katie Johnson. I graduated from here last year, and I now am a sophomore at Iowa State University. And my major is agricultural communications, so today I'm here to kind of present to you a little idea I had that could hopefully have a positive impact on us all, which is being an ag advocate. Alright, this is one of my favorite quotes: "An industry that feeds you is an industry worth fighting for." I like this because it kind of depicts the credibility and how much credit we should give to the agriculture industry, but unfortunately that's not the case. And that's kind of what I'm here to talk to you about today. But first, I did make some brownies for you guys, but I didn't have time to cut them, so can I get a volunteer to come up and cut them for me? Thank you very much. Alright, and just make sure that everyone gets one. There should be enough. Alright, so what are you doing? You can't use that knife. No. Okay. Just make sure everyone gets one. Cut them. Okay. Alright, like I was saying, are you going to cut them? Okay, well everyone has to have one, so, okay. So, no, I told you can't use that. It's okay. Alright. Okay. Are you going to cut them? Okay, I guess you can use the knife. Okay, anyway, like I was saying, you really need to... Are you just not going to? Everyone needs one.
Cut it with the knife?
Okay. Alright. Thank you to George here. You can go ahead and cut them. What this just represented is George here is the farmer, and this would be the land. And I am the many obstacles that stand in the way between a farmer and what he can accurately do to do his job the most efficiently. So whether it's the weather, whether it's legislative issues, or what we're here to talk about today is false media statements, there are many obstacles that stand in the way between what a farmer can do and what he's able to do. Alright, so you can just kind of pass it out. Alright. So, like I said, the problem is that there are so many misconceptions within the United States and the world as a whole that present the agriculture industry in a negative light. And with this, there are not enough educated voices to prove these people wrong and to give them the accurate statements that show what's really going on out in the fields. So that's what I kind of here to talk about today. Alright, so as an ag advocate, you can correct the false assumptions stated by the people who are misinformed by using credible facts and coming across in a very respectful manner and representing the agriculture industry in a positive way. So today I'm going to talk about 3 common misconceptions that you will actually hear people talking about. I personally have heard a lot, and these are just some of them. And today I'm going to kind of tell you what the misconceptions are and what you can say to correct the people who maybe don't exactly know what is going on. So you guys might want to take a little bit of notes because at the end we're going to practice with each other. Alright? Okay. But first and foremost, I really want to stress this. When you do hear someone say something that is not necessarily correct about the agriculture industry, the first thing you want to do is just be very polite. Because if you come across as maybe angry or just upset at them, you're not going to seem as credible and they're not going to want to believe you. Because persuasion is the name of the game, and if you can do that, you can do that by being very polite. So, today's farms are all factory owned. I cannot tell you how many times I hear this one. And that is just simply not true. In fact, in the United States, 98% of all the farms are family owned. That means less than 2% of the farms are from corporations. They're bigger than what our grandparents' farms are, and you'll hear people talk about this a lot, how they're just so much bigger than what their grandparents' farms were like, because that's just the way the economy is. Farmers can no longer survive on just a few cows and a few pigs and a few acres. With inflation and just the rate of efficiency, farmers have to have more animals and larger amounts of land in order to just break even. And land and animal care is still top priority. Even though everything is bigger and there are that many more animals, farmers know that happy animals produce the most. so farmers know that land and animal care is still a top priority. Okay, on to the second misconception, which is agriculture is harmful to the environment. This one you will hear on talk shows, on the radio, and this one also is very untrue. In fact, stewardship by farmers have decreased erosion by 50% since 1982. This is because of biotechnology and different forms of technology that we are able to use to maximize efficiency while still being stewards to the land. In fact, in the 15 years that biotechnology has been on the market, there has been no reports of an ecosystem or a person being disrupted or made ill by biotechnology. And agriculture uses less resources than it ever has while still producing more food and energy. Like I said, efficiency is what a farmer strives for, and that's truly what they accomplish. Alright, and the last misconception is GMOs, or genetically modified organisms, are unhealthy. And this one, you hear a lot of people talking about to eat organic because GMOs are bad for your body. And this is some things you can say to them. Crops that are bred to be pest resistant actually require less chemicals than genetically modified counterparts. Because when they are bred to not only withstand frost and droughts, when they can do those things, it requires less chemicals, less pesticides, and that's what people like to hear. And along with that, genetically modified crops require less fertilizer as well. And there are no documented health problems from consuming GMOs, even after years and years of FDA testing. So it shows that GMOs are not only unhealthy for you, are not only not unhealthy for you, but they also have a very positive effect on the agriculture industry. In fact, if you put a genetically modified strawberry under a microscope and its organic counterpart, you could not tell a difference. Alright, so I hope you guys took some notes because now we're going to try it out for ourselves. So maybe if you just want to do it by table, just one person be the misinformed person and the other person be the ag advocate. So one person can say, oh well, today's farms are all huge and none of them are the size what my grandparents had back when I was little. And then someone else can say kind of what I told you, some facts you could use for that. And just go through all those. We'll take maybe 4 or 5 minutes to go through all of them. And I want to talk about something that I like to call buzzwords, which are appreciate, consider, care, and concern. For example, if you hear someone talking about agriculture is so bad for the environment, you could say, well, I appreciate your care for the environment, however, I would like you to consider an alternate way of looking at it. So just use appreciate, consider, care, and concern. And I like to stress care because people like to hear that the agriculture industry cares about the animals and cares about the land and cares about their constituents that they feed their products to. And every time, I'll be walking around, every time I hear you say a buzzword, one of those, I will drop a few starbursts on your table. So, is everyone ready? Is there any questions? Alright, let's start it out.
For me, well, I appreciate that you're concerned about the environment, but where did you hear your information? I know that a lot of agricultural professionals appreciate farming, appreciate the environment, and they try to do care of it because if the environment's hurt or injured, you're not going to get as much produced.
We also have to consider
I just heard from like certain organizations that
concerns for our
what
economy and our
agriculture
food
does
production.
to the environment.
So, they have to use, like,
Again, I appreciate what you're saying, but they're also trying to be focusing more on the negative side and not focusing on how much we care about the environment, how much we're trying to keep the environment going. Going in a downward spiral.
I also heard
Well,
that GMOs
I
are unhealthy
understand your
for life.
concern for the environment. There are many
You
things
got
that farmers do.
of testing
But we need to also
they found that there
consider
are no differences between
the other
GMOs
things
and
that are other concerns for our nation's
probably
economy
more
that
It's probably easier to
we
eat
have
a
to
GMO because there
use all
are
these different techniques and other things like that to help benefit our
I
farmers
appreciate that
and
you care
that
about
are
the
increasingly
how you care for people
every day.
and
And
how you
using
care for the
really great techniques
environment.
that are proven to work using the FDA.
What is your input, Jesse?
Like our plowing ways.
I don't need to do that.
We use different pesticides that are.
But does that not hurt the land?
No. They're applied properly.
Also, what we've been hearing is that farms are all
Okay, well, I'm glad I was able to record that.
Again, I appreciate that you're considerate for the small time farmers, but 98% of the farms are family owned and only 2% are corporate owned. And so it is a very much so still a family business.
Those farms actually produce the food that you are eating and are made to help the clothes that you are wearing right now. Agriculture, the farms help with everything that you have, and without it, I believe that you are not understanding what they're doing. They're not hurting the things they are helping us, or giving us.
Alright, did everyone get to try out both sides of it a little bit? Okay, how did it go? Pretty smoothly? Did you feel confident knowing what you're talking about? Alright, perfect. Okay, and I heard a lot of those buzzwords, so good job. Alright, so today I kind of hope that I showed you some of the common misconceptions that you will hear that either are caused by different media outlets or just misinformed people, and how you can do your part to positively represent the agriculture industry and overall just make it a better system for not only the farmers, but for our economy and the nation as a whole. And some of the sources I wanted to tell you guys for the facts I told you are from the USDA, National Corn Growers Association, U.S. Soybean Alliance, and those are not only sources but resources that you can use to, if you want to learn more about what you can do or learn more about the facts straight from where they're happening from. Those would be great sources to help you guys out with that. So, I hope everyone learned a little bit, and hope you all enjoy your brownies and your Starbursts. Everyone did a great job. And thank you for listening, and I'm glad that I got to come in
All
today.
seniors
Thank you.
should be heading to the auditorium this time. Seniors, please go to the